I don't care. I love recessions. Just so you know, I love them. The reason I love them so much is that's the time to grow your market share. The market's dissatisfied. When things are good, people don't change. When the pain is there, they do change. So those are important aspects, and we're going to talk about it, and that's why I developed becoming preferred. So I don't care if the market's good or bad. It's irrelevant to me. I don't even worry about it. It just means we have to sell better. Experience trumps service. If everything's equal, price is the same, experience wins. Think about it. Don't you choose the best experience if everything's the same and equal? So how do you create a better experience? That's what we should be focused on. That's what you should innovate. That's where the R&D should go to. Keep your equipment state of the art. Keep your product state of the art, but focus on having the best experience on the planet, and you'll win every single time. So now, here's where I'm coming from. When the pie's expanding, when the pie's getting bigger, it's easy to pat yourself on the back and go, we're really good. We had a record year. We grew 7% last year. We grew 12%. We grew 16%. You're just like me in the video business. You're in the right place at the right time. Economy's good. Things are good. They're business. And so when the pie's expanding, it's good. But when the pie's contracting, how are you going to go get more market share? You have to be willing to go take that share from somebody else. And you've got to have the stomach for it. I get professionals all the time, and they go, we just want our fair share. And I'm like, no, that's like way too Canadian. You've got to learn to protect your pie. So if the market's contracting, the strategies we use to become preferred and acquire new clients are the same strategies we use to keep them and insulate from competitive erosion. So the good news is, once you get good at this, it works both sides of the fence. So people, customers, clients, make their decisions first with emotion, back it up with logic second. Would you agree? I mean, think about it for a minute. We do the homework with our head, but we pull the trigger with our heart. If I don't like you, it's not going to happen. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, how are we selling? Emotionally or logically? How are we doing it? Here are your symptoms that your sales process, and I've looked at your sales process, and it's great, and we can stick these inside your sales process the way it exists and layer them in, and you'll move things up. If you hear things like, we need to think about it, long sales cycles, those are symptoms that you're making them think too much. And what we want to do is use your sales process, and it's beautiful, it's there. You've got the framework to pull those triggers. And I've identified about 9 emotional triggers. I'm going to give you about 6 or 7 of them today, and I'll identify them as we go. Make sure they're in your presentations, your proposals, and things, because the technical is important, but we can't lose sight of the emotion. The actual decision to use you is going to be an emotional one. Trust me on that one. And 7 people say, well, why would you have 7 children? My wife's really beautiful. She's just stunningly beautiful, inside and outside. And I thought, well, if I have 2, she could probably go. 3, she could still leave me. But 7, nobody's touching this girl. And yeah, I thought it was good great installation strategy, So it works good. But if you want to become preferred, here's the magic, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Learn to identify the stress of your market, the end user, better than the competitors, remove it better, make it go away, and connect in a meaningful way. It's all about connection. That's what it's all. What do you think the internet's so big? Pull your heads up out of your industry. We've already decided extraordinary is limited, right? It's out there, but pull it out of your industry. Look at who's doing amazing and just what can we do? Because they're already proving it for you. All right, and it's there. What if Apple got into your business? What if we have the Buy App Genius Bar? What if people line up for 2 weeks to buy your latest microphone? All right, what if people camp out on this? What if? Ask the question. You don't have to solve it, but your brain will start to solve that one for you, right? But take a standard service offering and up-level it. Look at your standard service offerings and simply up-level it. Do we ever screw up or foul out? Ever lose a customer? Ever have a customer divorce you? There's no value in the relationship bank account. Your customers have a point system. The moral of the story is we need to figure out how to send our clients roses, and I'm speaking metaphorically. What can a rose look like? And I'm going to show you that. What's a rose look like? How do you send them out? How do you communicate? And what can roses be? And we'll talk about what some of those roses can be. How do we become a hero to our clients, to our consultants, to our integrators? And how do we make them look like heroes to the people they serve? How do you become a hero to them and then make them look like a hero to the people they serve? And that's the key to high touch. So look at every 90 days, you should be looking at your account base and going, what am I going to do this quarter from a high task point of view to look at new opportunities, introduce new products, expand and grow the business within the account? High task logic. What am I going to do this quarter, 90 days from a high touch point of view? And if you decide not to do something, do it on purpose. In other words, choose not to with intention, not because you neglected it. Now, there's 3 levels of preferred status, and this ought to go into your CRM. Level 1, loyalty. But there's a problem with loyalty. What is it? What's the problem with loyalty? It's fickle. It's fickle. Loyalty can be bought. Loyalty can be bought. It's like, what's your first name? Gentleman right there. What is it? Justin. We've heard you do an amazing job. Win all the awards. I'll give you 50% more than you're currently making to come work for me. Don't answer. Better. You can create word of mouth for anything, and the more it looks like a commodity, the easier it is to do. I'll give you an example. I fly into Toronto. It was Toronto, and I'm flying into Toronto. I got to go from airport to downtown. It's $55. The government regulates it. It's on the side window. You can see the rates. You've seen these things before. The municipality dictates how much it's going to cost. So how do you differentiate a cab in today's world? Well, I get into the cab, nice and clean. First thing he says to me, "Sir, can I offer you a Starbucks? I have regular or decaf." Got my attention. I look up on the front seat, and there's an egg crate that some supermarket's missing, Velcroed to the front seat. And in it are 2 thermoses that some hotel or facility's missing, and he's even got the stickers on them. And he had the cups. And I go, "Yeah, I'll have a regular Starbucks. Thanks very much." He goes, "Sir, I don't know if you've had breakfast yet or not." Holds up a basket, has some fruit, muffins, croissant. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a muffin and a, thanks very much." And he goes, "A banana." He goes, "Sir, I got 3 morning papers, USA Today, Globe and Mail, Wall Street Journal. I haven't seen a USA Today in a while. I'll take one of those. Thanks." Is this guy getting a tip? How much has he got in the transaction? $1.50? $2? He leaves me alone. I'm having my ride all the way downtown. Best ride ever. All right. I get to destination. He goes, "Sir, were you happy with the service you received?" I said, "Best cab ride ever." Like, seriously, the best cab ride ever. And he goes, "Sir, when I go to the airport, I got to line up for 2 to 3 hours for a fare. Sometimes it's 5 minutes away. Sometimes it's an hour away. Toss to the coin whether I make money that day or not." He goes, "However, if you'll phone me, fax me, email me, tell me how you're coming, we'll respond the same way, and we'll come to the bottom of the escalator with a sign with your name on it and offer you the service each and every time you come to our great city. And if I'm not there, my brother Hanif will be." Wouldn't you use that guy? Think about it. I'm telling you about a taxi guy ride. I'm telling you about a taxi. When was the last time you talked about a taxi ride? Like, unless it was creepy. Question I have for you. Can technology hurt you, yes or no? Can technology hurt you, yes or no? So, Polaroid. What technology killed Polaroid? Digital photography. Think about it. Who should have invented digital photography? They were in the wrong business. They were like the Great American Icebox Company at the turn of the century, made ice boxes. GE comes in with a new technology called electricity, refrigeration, and overnight they went out of business. People don't buy what you sell. They don't buy what you sell. They buy what you sell does. And you want to be real clear about it. They don't buy the iPhone. I love the iPhone, but I don't care what it looks like. I care what it does. If it was $10,000, I'd buy one. Doesn't mean I'm a smart buyer, but I'd buy one because I love traveling and being on it, being able to do webinars. I love being able to communicate. I love being able to check my email, do my banking. I'm untethered. Is that worth 10 grand to me? You bet it is. All right, you bet it is. And we complain when it's 1,000 or whatever the case. It's like it's a deal of the century. It's actually cheaper, even though it's gone up. It's got more features. Look at what it's replaced, right? People don't buy what you sell. They buy what you sell does. If I'm buying, moral of the story is even if your competitors have a better widget than you do, you win if your story is better. The best product doesn't win. The best story wins. I can show you that one all day long. It's the story. It's the fiction. It's how you're delivering it. Orange, or I live in Arizona. We have oranges and things there, but there's an orange and a green orange. Which one do you want? Orange or green orange? Which one are you going to pick? Orange one, because they're supposed to be orange. They don't come orange. They come green. They pick them green and they make them orange. Does anyone know how they make them orange? They gas them, kind of with bananas. If you leave them orange, they get moldy and you get problems. So they pick them green, then they make them go orange, right? Little elves paint them. That's how they get orange. The breed of chicken. They feed this chicken. It doesn't gain any weight. Eat, little bird. Eat, little bird. And it's just a scrawny little chicken. Its big cousin, the big fat fryer, gets what everybody wants it. The warehouse is filling up with scrawny little chickens. Somebody in the marketing department goes, "We got a warehouse full of scrawny little chickens." I know. Let's call it a Cornish game hen. There's no such thing. It's a 3-week, premature, genetically mutated, bulimic chicken. What do you guys have for dinner last night? Oh, they fed us Cornish game hen. Woohoo! It's an anorexic chicken. What's 10% of 100 million? 10 million. What's 10 million a percent of 10 million? 100 million. It's like doubling your bottom line, doubling your business, and how many more widgets did we sell? The question should never be, what do we got to do to lower our prices so we can become more competitive? That should never be your question. Anyone can be price leader. I can be price leader in 2 minutes. Anyone can be price leader. Right? Instead, the question should be what values, what services, what do we need to bring to the table that the market will pay a premium for? Will pay a premium for. All right? That's the question you should ask. And if you ask the question, you'll get the answer. Now, here's why it works. It works because there's 5 customer values or currencies. 5. We often just use this one, money. Price is never the issue unless it is the issue. And when it's the issue, it's the only issue. Survey after survey, it shows up 4th, 7th, or 9th. Why'd you buy Biamp or Cambridge? Well, they gave me the cheapest price. Doesn't happen unless it does. First transaction, I want to buy an apple. Good, online, I buy my apple. Second transaction, how soon do you want it? Amazon Prime. First transaction, I buy the thing. Second transaction, how soon do you want it? And the price changes accordingly. Will we pay a premium to feel special, yes or no? What premium do you have for special? I can buy a watch for $50, tells me the date and time. I can buy a watch for $1,000, $50 of which goes to the date, time, function. What's the other $950 go to? The image. Why do you dress the way you dress? Why do you live where you live? Why do you wear what you wear? Why do we have to bring you in and do all the things we're doing for you? Why couldn't we go to a community hall, get the Legion people to come in and bring us some beer and pretzels? Terrible. Will we pay for the quality? What's the quality? How's it built? Better ingredients, better technology, and that's important. Here's the 5th currency, and this one trumps them all. We live in a knowledge-based economy. You can't be a salesperson anymore showing up selling a widget. You need to be a trusted advisor, which means you need to learn something about their business. Show you the converse of this. I'm in Vancouver, and I go walking past this store, and I had the afternoon off, and what caught my attention was this big glass window. And it was a ceramic store where you can do ceramic and pottery. And there was music coming through the glass, which was cool. And what stopped me in my tracks was a woman in the window at a pottery wheel. And I go, and my eyes met her, and it was just an instant freeze. And I just stopped, and I was transfixed. And then she smiled, and I smiled back. And you know when you have those chemistry moments that are just, if you get them in your lifetime, they're amazing, magical. And I'm sitting there, and she smiled, and I'm smiling, and there she is at this pottery wheel. Music's going. I can see the wet clay streaming through her fingers. And anyone see the movie Ghost? I'm having this fantasy, right? And she was in her late 70s. I was lonely. You know how it is on the road. Come on. I said, hey, can you teach me how to make something? She said, sure. And we made a serving platter and a dipping bowl, $38 in parts, half a day's worth of labor. Gave it to her for Mother's Day, and guess what? She cried. 50 points. Do the Jerry Maguire. He's down to his last client, Cuba Gooding Jr., and I'm not feeling the loving, Jerry. And he goes, I will walk on broken glass for you. I will do this for you. I will do that for you. Do you remember the scene where he's talking and he says, okay, and you work with him? Your clients want to hear that. When you're talking to him, say, you know what? It was really nice talking to you, Don. I hope you pick us. This stuff works. It will not only help you become preferred in the marketplace and climb that revenue ladder with leaps and bounds, it will help you stay preferred. If you employ the strategies personally, you'll not only become the preferred provider in your markets, right? You'll stay the preferred. You'll have income security, and more important than that, you'll have not just job security, you'll have self-security, and that's the ultimate security. Been a pleasure hanging with you all. Thanks very much, everybody. Thank you. Wow, thank you.